Hey, I am Angela Cameron, founder of Married on Island, and you are joining us for MOI Talks, a place where you can learn and meet new vendors and hear about their background, what inspires them, their process. And I'm so excited to welcome you guys with Leah Agnes Designs today. She is a floral preservation artist, and seriously, her talent is amazing. Again, thank you so much for tuning into MOI Talks, and let's dive in. Well, thanks so much for joining me
Oh,
today.
you're so welcome.
So, please tell our viewers a little bit about yourself, your company, and I would love to know how you got started.
Oh, okay. So my name is Leah Barden. I own Leah Agnes Designs. It's a flower preservation company in resin. So I dry flowers in silica sand to keep their 3D shape, and then I cast them in epoxy resin in molds. And so whenever they come out, they're blocks of resin, but they hold flowers.
I love it.
Yeah, and I can do almost anything. So
I know you made a table for
I
our
did.
bridal
I love that
expo.
table.
I'm rather obsessed with it, and so you also work at a floral shop, correct?
Yes, I work at Crowder Deeds Flower Shop, so I've been working there, I think about 4.5 years. I always forget, but I think in September will be 5 years.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So, even for couples and brides, anyone that you had florals and you didn't know about the option to preserve
Mhm.
them, and you would still love to have preserved florals, she can recreate your bouquet for you or your floral arrangement and then preserve it for you.
Yes, I have
So,
done that.
I definitely wanted to clue that in because that's on my radar for me. After our wedding, I had the bright idea with my, artistic
Mhm.
abilities that are very limited to hair and makeup. I tried, and not everything came out so well.
Yeah. So when I decided to start doing it, I took about 6 months to practice
Yeah,
because I was terrified of ruining somebody's special flowers. Because like you can't. I mean, obviously you can replace the things, but they're not the same.
no,
And so I really wanted to make sure that I did a lot of research on the epoxy that I was using, um, good molds because some molds just aren't that great,
yeah,
and then drying the flowers out correctly. So,
right. And the process of drying the flowers out, it takes space,
hmm
time, and a lot of silica beads. Am
yeah.
I right?
So I think I have. I want to. I probably have about 150 pounds of silica sand. I know it's that's like the worst part of it. Actually, it's just the drying it out because like it's reusable.
Right.
So the bin that has silica that I need to dry out is always full because I hate putting it in the oven and then taking it out and doing all that. But
Wow.
so yeah, it's not just it's a big process, which
Yeah.
I love starting new things and I love doing it correctly, obviously, because I want my name if my name's on it, I want it done in excellence. And
Right.
so or as best to excellence. But I I don't know. It's just been even though I've been doing it for almost 3 years, I still am like learning new ways to stay organized and to make sure that I'm doing everything correctly. And sometimes resin just does its own thing, and that's annoying.
Yeah, I can imagine. And so the process takes a little bit of time. And I know if you were at the Bridal Expo and you heard the panel, I know this was kind of a question that we brought up, but brides kind of need to think ahead
hmm
and book you in advance, especially if they don't want to interrupt or be doing
Right.
consultations on their honeymoon.
Right. So yes, if you book ahead, it's always much better because then you're not worried about where your flowers are going to go.
Yeah,
Because I've been in weddings and nobody knows what's happening at the end of the night. And so if you have a plan to keep the flowers preserved or have a designated person to make sure that it's going to me or to whoever's going to preserve your flowers.
Right.
That stress is just taken off.
Yeah.
Because I did my friend's wedding and she goes, as soon as it's over, take my flowers. And so I felt like kind of not a crazy person. I wasn't in her wedding, so I was a guest just carrying around her bouquet. She's like, I don't care. You are taking my flowers. I was like, okay.
Take them with you.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah, no, and that is huge. Always having a designated person for things like that. If there's someone, a good friend or a family member that you can trust, and if not, that's where a planner comes into play. I know that is huge for, collecting decor or things like that at the end of the night so that you can just say bye and go enjoy being a newlywed. That was cute for us. I think I ended up hearing the next day that my parents' room was like filled with all of our leftover flowers and things like that.
Yes.
They took them up there instead of bothering us. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry that they did that, but thank you. That was great. I love that so much. So do you have any like favorite florals to work with or that are just always the best or they hold color, shape? What is your favorite florals to dry and preserve? Do you have any favorites?
I don't know if I have any favorites, but roses are always, they seem to be easy.
Yeah.
So they're kind of like a staple. They tend to change color the most though.
Right.
So when you dry a bright white flower, when it comes out of silica, it's kind of antiqued a little, so it's got a little yellow to it. Mums are kind of hard to preserve because if I don't get it out of the silica soon enough, all the petals just fall off.
Yeah.
So I am very practiced in gluing all the petals back on, so I definitely will do that for you because if you have lots of mums and it's part of your bouquet, I don't want you just to not have that. So
right.
I'll go in and glue all individual petals
with tweezers or what?
I'll just use my fingers, but you just use school glue.
Okay.
But yeah.
The time and the attention to detail.
Yeah, tulips tulips and lilies are pretty fragile when they get out because they're essentially paper flowers. Whenever they get out of the silica, they're that dry. So you have to be really delicate with them. But ranunculus, they're like exactly how they went in.
Yeah.
So, and for some reason, so their color stays pretty true. So yeah, a lot of the tropical flowers, I know we're on the island.
Yeah.
A lot of the tropical flowers they just have a lot of moisture in them. And so when you take all of that out, it definitely dramatically changes the color.
Yes.
Of them. Birds of Paradise will keep that bright orange color, but for the most part, like the ginger or orchids, orchids will just do their own thing in there. So sometimes they come out perfect, and then sometimes you're like, I don't even know what did that even look like before it went in? I don't even remember.
I definitely experienced that with, trying to dry my own flowers, and I started with like a tub, and it turned into like 4 tubs, and I had to continuously keep buying more silica sand, and I was just like, what did I get myself into? But I had a lot of tropical flowers, and we had ordered some Hawaiian leis from Hawaii and had those shipped over, and I tried to dry those. They just turned brown.
Did they?
Yeah, they didn't even look purple anymore. So, and it was probably just me and user error. They had sat for a few days, and I'm like, I'm going to dry these because I have them. And I'm like, why? Why did I do this? So I have a couple coasters and maybe like a ring holder thing that came out okay out of molds.
Good.
But I tried to do a big tray.
Oh. No?
No.
Did you do it in a mold or did you do it?
I did it in a clear tray.
Okay. Like
not
an acrylic?
In a mold. Yeah, I did it in an acrylic tray, but the top's just not great. And I think
sometimes that just happens.
It just happens.
I do put on my thing. So these are all handmade things. So they're not going to look like they came from a factory.
Right.
So like, I mean, I am human, so I do have human error, but I try to make it as beautiful as possible
Yeah.
for you.
No, after attempting it, like I will stress this to every couple I know. Hire the professional. Don't try to do this yourself. Unless you have endless space and time, hire the professional. They've tried it all and they're continuously researching
Yeah,
to
lots of problem solving.
Yes. Yeah, don't try to problem solve on the fly with your own floral bouquet. Like,
Right.
but that was me.
That's okay.
It's
I think
okay.
that's good. I like, have reached out, not reached out, but I've had people reach out to me whenever because there was one time in one of, like, my first year, I had a dog hair fall into the resin. And so it was like the third layer. So you can only do small layers at a time.
Right.
So the resin I was using, I could only do 1/4 of an inch at a time. And that, if you're doing about 3 inches, sometimes it's 1/4 of an inch, sometimes it's less. So it was about 13 layers. And when I took it out, I noticed in the third layer was this dog hair. In where, like, in the empty space.
Oh.
So it wasn't like hidden behind a flower. So I had to, there was no way to get it out. And I tried to fill it in. So a lot of people will just like freeze and not do anything because they don't want to mess it up. But I was
Right.
like, well, I have to do something.
Yeah.
So I tried to dig it out on the side, and that wasn't working. Because then when I would fill it back in, you could tell there was, like, I call them phantom bubbles. Because it's not a bubble, but it looks like there's a bubble there.
Okay.
And so I ended up having to sand it all the way down on the side and then put it back in the mold and then refill it and stuff. And so people were like, I can't believe you did that. It's like, well, what else was I going to do?
I think that's amazing.
I had to fix it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay, so there might be hope for my tray.
There might be. You never know.
Right? Okay, well maybe I'll pay you to help me fix that one day. I'll come to your studio. Please help me. Show me how.
So funny.
No, I'm so excited to have you. I think your talent is just extraordinary, and what you have to offer couples with preserving their florals is truly amazing. The ring holders, the keychains, the tables, everything that you do, truly amazing. And I'm so excited to show your craft off to anyone planning their wedding here in Galveston.
Oh, well, thank you. I've loved being a part of Married on Island. So,
Oh, thank you.
yeah. So I just love hanging out with you and all the other vendors and stuff. And so I just love being creative in that way. So,
Yeah, and going back to the expo, it was just so fun having you there, and then seeing how many people we actually know in common.
I know, it's crazy.
I know.
From like my deep childhood.
I love it. I love it. We're just kindred spirits. It's, what we do. We're, wedding vendors. We are a rare breed.
My background is in the sports world.
Really?
It is. So I have my degree in kinesiology and have my master's in coaching and athletic administration. And
Okay.
so I coached and taught PE, or coached for 18 years.
Wow.
And then taught PE and stuff like that. So working at the Crowder Dietz was a whole new career for me. And
Yeah.
it kind of shook my world a little bit. But I didn't know about the wedding industry at all. Like,
Yeah.
I liked going to weddings, but like never the behind the scenes sort of stuff. And then helping Crowder whenever they would do weddings, I really loved that, because I do most of like delivering and stuff for them. I don't do a whole lot of design, but then being a part of starting to go to like venue open houses and then being a part of the expo, it's so fun to meet and excited new couples. Like, that part is just, I don't know why, I just love that part so much.
Yeah.
And then for them to be excited about having something to remember their big day, and I love being a part of that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Wow. That's super cool. Like,
Yeah.
what are your favorite sports? I know you did PE, but what are your favorite sports?
So I did volleyball and basketball high
Okay.
school. I personally, I loved playing volleyball, but I was much better at basketball. I was just more natural.
Yeah.
And I love, so those are the two main ones. I've kind of coached everything. I played tennis in college too. So
Amazing.
yeah, like, so this whole wedding stuff is such a new world. Like,
yeah.
but yeah, I do kind of miss it a little bit, but not enough to
To go back. Do you feel like you get a little bit of an adrenaline rush from weddings and events?
I not really, because I think I'm at the end.
Okay.
So like I'm once the dust settles, and then
True.
so like that's my part of the whole wedding industry is
Lucky you.
kind of like
Yeah,
just remembering what happened, what the craziness was.
Well, the beautiful parts of it.
Right. So I don't feel like it's too hectic. It is
Yeah.
when I have a lot of last minute brides, that's when it kind of gets a little hectic because I don't want to bug you on your honeymoon, but I have to.
Because
so
because you chose to be last minute.
Yeah.
About it.
And I want, and if just depending on what you want to get, I have to dry your flowers correctly. So
Right. Okay. Makes sense.
Yeah.
I love that. Small tidbit.
mm-hmm.
I used to race motocross
No
before
way.
I got into hair and makeup.
That's hilarious. 'Cause never would I ever guess that about you or your past.
Biggest tomboy ever. I never wore dresses. I joke. I had to go to school to learn how to be a girl.
Mm-hmm.
So here we are. And then weddings, if you would have asked me 3-4 years ago, would Married on Island
Right.
be a thing? I would have told you you were crazy.
Right.
But here we are.
I love it.
I love it too. And kind of same thing as you were saying, with the open houses and the bridal shows and just getting to meet new couples, new faces who were just so excited to be planning this big day. It's you don't get that at many other jobs.
Right.
And it's different. We kind of we're kind of lucky.
Mm-hmm.
It does get a little crazy. Not so much for you. Lucky you being on the remembrance side of
and
things.
I have been very blessed to not have any like crazy brides
Right.
about like design. I have done it where like they ask me to redesign about 5 or 6 times, and that really is like, okay. I mean, it's gonna look like it's gonna look.
Yeah.
but I'll still do it. But if that's my biggest issue, then that's not so bad.
Yeah. I love that. I think, on my side, we're on the beginning side, but I never get the reception or
Right.
the real things going down that you hear about from other vendors. So it is always cool to hear perspectives from different aspects of the wedding, where it be, rehearsal or afterwards, and how you remember your florals and preserve that moment.
Right.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's super cool. What made you switch? What actually got you into helping out at the floral shop? How did that happen?
Well, I got let go at the school that I was at, and I was thinking I just can't go back to another school. Because I worked at small private schools, and so when you kind of pour your heart out and then things just happen and you don't get your contract renewed, it's a little devastating.
Yeah.
So I did, that was May when school ended. I took the summer and I didn't do anything, and then I got super used to not doing anything. And I was like, I don't want to go back to work. But I'm very loosely, I'm going to put quotes, related to the Crowder family.
Okay.
So my sister, her late husband is like married into the Crowder family. Like, his brother-in-law is the brother. Anyways, it's just like, so my mom was like, I think Crowder is hiring. Why don't you go work there? And I was like, I don't want to work anywhere. So I went in there. They're like, do you want to work full time? And I go, ugh. but yes, I need to. So I started working there. And I've known them forever because like when we would do Christmas and stuff, but I never really had a relationship with them.
Yeah.
And so learning and just becoming closer, I don't know, they're some of my closest friends, and I can kind of talk to them about anything. I love Leanne, and Courtney is the head designer. But probably after a year, my sister-in-law does resin art. She does the really big geode pieces that you hang on your wall.
Yeah.
Her and my sister are doing a river table for my sister's dining room.
Oh my God.
So she has been doing resin, I want to say, like just before COVID. She kind of got into doing all of that. And then, and her work is stunning. And someone reached out to her to preserve her daughter's bouquet. And so she kind of got the silica sand. She did all the things. And then she finished and she goes, I don't want to do that. Like, I don't want to do that more. But Leah should do this because she works at the flower shop. She's artistic. So she's like, hey, I have a side business for you. And so I thought, well, that's interesting and new, and I have to do research about, and for some reason when I have to do research about something, I'm obsessed about it. And so me and Courtney, we started doing it together, but I was like, hey, I want this to grow so that I will leave the flower shop. And she goes, oh yeah, I'm not leaving the flower shop, because she's been there since she was 15.
Yeah.
So I started doing it on my own. And then my dad has an office in Friendswood, so that's where that's where my studio is. And it's right next to my sister-in-law's like room. So like there's just lots of artistic stuff around. And then I just kind of went from there, and I've grown from one small room to 3 rooms. Like because like I've realized that I can't design and take silica out where I'm also pouring, because it can get into the resin. I don't want that to happen. So I moved that, and then I don't know. I've just like taken over his office. So yeah, that's kind of like where it started. And I think my mom was my first real client, because she took some flowers from her friend's wedding, and so she gave that as a gift. And
oh, that's so cool.
yeah, and then it just kind of, I would always be in shock when someone would order something. I'm like, for me? You went for me? Okay. So, but now obviously I'm a little more confident. But
yeah, you are,
yeah.
definitely. Well, so not with just the floral preservation art. I saw you did some Mardi Gras purses, and you had some of those. Did you have them in one of the boutiques here as well? Or was it Macy? Where did you
I was selling them at Macio's.
Okay.
So Connie or Concetta, she goes to my church, and so she's like, hey, these will sell like hotcakes. Yeah. I was like, okay. And I love Mardi Gras. I originally went to the New Orleans one because that's where my parents met, and we have family that's over there. So like for 7 years after Katrina, like not shortly after, but when it started picking back up after Katrina, my parents went, and they were like, oh, we need to bring Leah and Amy. So I'm one of 4. So me and my younger sister. And so we went and had a blast. And then we went for like the next 7 years. And then it's funny because like everyone's coming from different parts of the country, and you have friends, you have like just Mardi Gras friends.
Yes.
And then going to the same church as Concetta, I met so many other great friends, but they live here on the island, and so I started coming down to the island a lot. And then I never went to Mardi Gras growing up, because my mom was like, you're not going down there. Because I've lived in Friendswood or like South Houston area my whole life, but never till I got friends that lived here, did I really realize that people lived down here, which is a sad concept, but because it was always just a day trip for me.
Right.
But I love it. It's so cute. There's so much to do. You have the
Yeah.
beach.
Yes.
Like you just, anyway, so,
Mardi Gras is our favorite holiday
yeah,
on the
I
island.
love Mardi Gras. So I was making all the fun things, and I found a purse mold. So I did it with a bunch of uh, like foil.
Yeah. Oh, they
Found
were
some cute
so cool.
straps. Yeah,
Yeah.
so I got to sell those. I'm gonna sell them again next year too. So
Heck
I'll
yeah.
have way more hopefully way more
Oh,
next year.
exciting. Okay, so you hear that. So Mardi Gras purses next year, Macio's.
Right.
I love it. I'm
Yeah.
so excited for you. That is super awesome. My husband went to high school with Connie.
Oh, did he?
Yep, small world. I love
Yeah.
it. We love the island.
I know.
Well, anything that we haven't discussed, that I haven't asked you about, that you want the viewers to know about you, your business, your services?
Um, Probably if so I understand that getting your flowers preserved is kind of like I would kind of put it in the category of like a luxury item because you don't have to have it.
Right.
But it is so sentimental and it's so special that if you want to get it, I would put it on your registry. I have
Yeah.
gift cards on my website that you can add to your registry. And people who are buying gifts for couples, they want to buy unique things.
Right.
And getting this is so special and so personal to you that I think people will really love to do that for their loved ones. And so that's a big thing. So if you want to get it and you're like, I don't know if I can afford it, put it on your registry. And I also do like payment plans. I feel like I've been broke most of my life because I was a teacher and a coach. And so I want everybody to have something beautiful that they can remember. So I'm very flexible with payments and stuff like that because I know that it's expensive.
Yeah.
Good resin's expensive. The molds are super expensive. And it's just a lot of time. But I definitely will work with any couple that really wants to have it. So,
Oh, that's
so don't,
special.
yeah, I don't want people to not have something just because of cost because things are just expensive now and money is always tight, especially around a wedding. So
Yes.
I am very aware of that and very conscious, and I don't want anybody just to miss out.
Yeah.
So,
I love that. I love that a lot. So remember that. Put it on your registry. And also, I know a lot of couples, you'll get cash and checks in forms of, gifts that are monetary. So there's always a little bit of funds.
yeah.
So where can people find you? Social media, things like that.
So I'm a millennial, so I don't do TikTok that much. But I'm on Instagram at Leah Agnes Designs. My website is leahagnesdesigns.com. You can email me at leahagnesdesigns@gmail.com. But yeah, Instagram is like what I'm on the most. But we all have our phones, so I'm pretty connected.
Yeah.
So
Unfortunately.
yeah.
I love it. Awesome. Can they also find you on Facebook or is
Oh
it?
yes, I'm on Facebook also.
Okay, perfect. I know a lot of, moms and people helping out with
Yeah.
finding vendors are on Facebook. So
Hmm.
perfect. Some way, somehow, Facebook just rules the world.
It does. And my website has a lot of information about how like the process works, and because it takes about from start to finish about 3 to 5, maybe 6 months, just depending how many pieces that you end up getting and stuff. And so,
Right.
so yeah,
Awesome. So it's not a quick turnaround. You have to
no,
have patience, but
yes,
it will last you forever and you will forever get to remember your beautiful wedding day florals.
right.
I love it. It's so amazing. And are you just available for weddings or any other floral arrangements?
I can do anything. So
Okay.
I do some like memorial pieces, so from funerals, so that I think last Christmas I made about 23 pieces for a family from their grandmother's funeral service.
That's
So I do that.
that's
I also did
thoughtful. Yeah.
last Mother's Day. Some a mother reached out to me because she just loved her flowers, and so we got them preserved for her.
I love
So
it.
anytime you want to save something, I can put your wedding invitations in there as long as it's not wet, like water and resin doesn't really go.
Yeah.
But I can put any kind of trinket or anything in
Oh
there
my
for
God.
you.
So, trim from your wedding dress,
Yeah, a little
lace.
picture of your loved one in there, like I could do that.
Oh, that's so cool. I
Yeah,
love that. So the sky's the limit.
right.
I love it. Amazing. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us. I'm Angela. This is MOI Talks, and we have Leah of Leah Agnes Designs. Please like this, and if you want to share it with your friends who are looking for floral preservation, this is your girl. Thanks so much for tuning in.